River trout fishing, by troutfishinginformation.org. A lot of anglers fantasize about landing a trophy river trout with fly fishing methods. Additionally, the chance to relax in the fresh, cool air is a lure that tempts many anglers. However, while you might have high hopes, good fortune at fishing doesn't necessarily follow. It can be hard to fish for river trout. If you'd like to land a nice catch of trout, then you should heed this advice. If you're headed out to do some river trout fishing, it's best to begin using a Euro double taper dry line. This kind of fly fishing line is ideal for beginners. It is a bit stiffer and glides through the rod easily. It doesn't get tangled often. The angler's backcast is the main element to consider if you're river trout fishing. This is the foundation of an effective cast. It serves as a launching point. Avoid overcasting, yet allow enough time for the fishing line to extend all the way from behind. Be sure to factor in the kind of casting method which is suitable for gusty days on the water. If it's quite gusty out, at times your line will strike the pole. The roll cast method is one you might want to experiment with. This technique can be used when high winds make it hard to backcast. It's a great technique for a trout fisherman. Roll cast methods require you to tilt the pole to a small degree, away from yourself. You should lift up your hands so that the tip of the rod is at €1 o'clock. Be sure to keep the line in back of the rod so that it will form an arc behind the rod. Move the rod forward and backward sharply. Speed into the €930 position and come to a sudden stop. The forward movement sends the fishing line forward, followed by a straightening of the line. If your line doesn't straighten out well, give it a little more power on the next cast. Be sure the belly of the line stays in back of the rod. This will make it move down instead of straight out. The false cast is a different type of casting method for river trout fishing. This type of cast involves switching the path of your cast. You do this by combining pickup and lay down casting motions, never letting your line strike the water. You may have some problems no matter what casting method you choose or prefer. Routinely cleaning off your fishing line is a good strategy for avoiding trouble. If your fishing line is covered in debris like seaweed, it will be harder to cast. Once you have cleaned your line, you should dress it so that it will be smooth and clean for good casting. A dressed line will ultimately perform and float better, a benefit for roll-type casting. Remember to keep the end of your pole parallel, without rushing your casting motion. If you are too rushed, it may cause clutter in the final part of your cast. Don't let go of the line until your pole is turned in a €10 o'clock position. For more information about river trout fishing, visit troutfishinginformation.org/.